which is declared within a variable. What is a parameter? A variable which is declared within the method signature is called a parameter. So parameters are nothing but local variables. So then what is called signature represents? Then what you call signature? Like signature will represent the types of the parameter and number of the parameters. Parameters are of two types. One is parameterless method, parameterized method. Means a method inside the braces. You declared the data type and you declared the argument like variable. So you declare like public int max mathematics or whatever the method name mathematics, and inside the braces you tell the type int a comma int b, close the braces. So this is called parameters. These are called parameters inside the braces. The whole thing with which is inside the braces, like this int a I told and int b I told. Those are those combined. This brace is called signature of the method. So signature of the method will tell how many number of parameters are there and what type of parameters are there being used. Okay. For your understanding, I have a small diagram that I found previous in my previous room. So I just want to share so that for people who are they know everything, but when it comes to the terminology, they will forget how to pronounce or how to answer. So for them, I am sharing the screen. I want to show that picture. Everyone can see?
Yeah.
Yes.
See, this is the axis modifier.
Yeah, we are able to
We'll
see it.
talk
Yeah.
about axis modifier again, everyone. Don't be worried. What are the axis modifiers supported by C#.NET? We'll talk about it, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
So this is axis modifier and the return type, the method name, whatever you give. Okay, and this is the type. Type means data type, okay? Argument is the like variable or whatever you want to give. Okay, that one. Argument we call it, and this one. So these individually, this is called parameters, okay? The entire, how many arguments are there or type of arguments we discussed, na? We have to change the signature of the method they will talk inside the project. I think there is, according to the requirement, the signatures of the methods of university should be changed. They will tell while you given the task and want to change any work. So what is that mean at that time? Means the argument which we are passing should be changed in order to see the functionality changes and output as well as required. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, people got it. If someone say we have to change the signature of the method as per the requirement, what you will do inside method? You don't go and see inside logic. You have to see inside the braces what we are expecting the result. What they maybe it is int, for example, you think, and they are expecting it to be double. They are changed the requirement. The end user changed the requirement. Then where you will come and change? If the scrum master or lead tells we have to change the signature of the method, you have to come and check on the braces and where we want to change. Okay.
Change the parameters inside and the type of them.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. According to the requirement, I just gave double as example, as I told previously, to imagine int like that for simpler way. But whatever the requirement, as per that you can change. Okay. If anyone want to write, take 30 seconds of time, write it faster. No issues, then we can start with the other. Okay. Excuse me. 1 second. Water I want to take. Yeah. If anyone want to write, don't hesitate, write it, because terminology remembering is also important, not just blindly learning about the concept. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone, if response written, then I will go for the next one. Same way, simple diagrams I will show. At least if you are not interested to write all the theory part, just at least write the diagram so that you will remember everything. Okay. What we are talking. Just say written. Immediately I can go to the next one. So a method without the parameters will also exist, isn't right? Is it compulsory to have parameters for a method? Not needed, right?
If we need a return type for it, we should, but otherwise it's not required.
If we want to pass the value to the function, values and the logic, like we don't want to declare inside the inside the method or any variables declaration, we pass the values. Okay. So we want to see the value for our functionality, the return type, then we'll pass. Okay. So parameterless method, say we are not giving any values inside the braces. So when we'll go for that, like whenever a method doesn't require any value for its functionality from outside, means you don't just the whatever the class was having the instance variable that will pass from the object, or whatever the variables that are declared inside the class, that is local variable or static variable, which cannot be changed further. It is mentioned as static. So these variables we use, but from outside, as per the requirement, we want to have some values to be added to this functionality in particular. Then we'll go for parameter. When we don't want any values for its functionality from outside, then we'll go for parameterless method. Okay.
Yeah.
What is void method? Anyone having an idea what is void and what is non-void method? Okay, I will tell. Then you write the notes also, because it is important. See, according to written type methods, we classify into two types. Okay. I'm writing the notes also because it's important to remember. parameter and parameterless is understandable for everyone, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm in mute and I'm talking. Anyone seen like till yesterday how many interview questions has been like completed till yesterday?
First, you gave us 16 questions. Then the next day, you gave us 10 questions.
Okay.
And
So-
the total, I think, so 25, 26 questions you gave to us.
Okay. Today I will give 20 questions. Today I'm a little bit free, so I can also prepare for the program that has been requested yesterday. I'll send those also. So all these 25 plus 20, total 45 or 44 questions that prepared by me, you should get prepared, okay? Tomorrow I will spend extra time or I will take extra time also. 10 minutes after my class, I will ask questions. I'm telling before only.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I'm telling we'll discuss what is void method and what is non-void method. So everyone seeing the notepad, right? To write
Yeah.
the sentences, it's important.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Remember.
we didn't
If a
write the
method-
previous
Huh?
notes. We didn't write the previous notes. Just
We didn't write about the static.
Okay. Well. Okay, now I'll go ahead and write on void. Meanwhile, be writing it for in your understandable handwriting, doctor handwriting or whatever. Faster, okay? What is void method? If a method is not returning any value, then that method is called void method. So void method return type should be void itself. I will write the notes for you. So again, methods, we have void and non-void. According to the return type, whether it will print or not, we divided. According to the usage of the variables, according to the usage, everyone know that object will be created in the main method, and during compiler, the first main method will execute, right? At that time, the object created for the particular class, that object will be called on the top, like bottom to top approach, object oriented C#. So then it will go to the class, and whatever the variable declared and whatever the methods are there, that logic, it will function accordingly, and the output will be seen. Is it right or not? Everyone know this flow, right? Okay. Understanding minimum thing which I'm telling the flow.
Yeah.
Okay. So then inside the class, we have talked about the instances variable, static variable and non-static variable. So we have eventually the methods also, static methods and instances method. So when the instances method will be used, when static method will be used, we'll also discuss. Okay. Just writing.
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay. I'm going next for the next method. Two types I told. OOPS concept had two methods according to the usage. That is, one is instances method and the other is static method. So instances method, while defining a method, if we don't use a static keyword, it is nothing but instance method. So it can be called using, it is called using the object name that is created at the main method, object name dot method name. Okay, static method is while defining a method, if we used a static keyword, it is called static method. So how that syntax will be class name dot method name. Written this one, I'm going.
Yeah, done.
Okay. What is the other one I told? Static method. Today we mostly discussed about the statements and all this, no? So that I do not find much of the interview questions what I have to give. So today I can give on all this. You get so many questions. So many questions will be asked during the interview times. Okay. So to define a class, definitely class and object are like a combination. If you are defining a class, it should have minimum one instance variable, one instance method. So when the memory will allocate for instance variable, when the object is loading, when the memory will be deallocated for it, whenever the garbage collector says this object is nowhere used and it is completed its functionality, the memory will be deallocated. And when the static variable is loaded, static variables will load when the class is loading. When the memory will be deallocated, when the class like memory will be deallocated for static variable, when the class is unloading. Means if the compiler will take the object name, the object variable name, and then it will call the class. So this will happen during the instances variable that is called, right? So the
Yeah.
variable created by it. So when
I
the
have-
static variable is called, accordingly, when the class is been called, means loading at the compiler time during the main method.
Yeah, I have a quick question. If you don't mind, can you write a small program and explain us in Visual Studio so that we can understand it in depth?
Okay, sure. Program one will be this. I am just writing a sample example, simple one. So that can show the parameters topic that I told just now, and also it also shows how the object is created and how that is called. Okay,
Yeah, sure.
give me 2 minutes. So first, a class like my class, I wrote, right. Already I saved few examples, but somewhere it has. So I'm typing. It will take 1 minute of time or 2 minutes. Just wait. No one go away from the class. Mhm. New is the keyword which you use. Okay. So dot right line. Close. Mm, I'm sharing the Visual Studio for you. A small example has been written. So class name, the class name is called my class. Okay. And inside we have the method, void method. This is void method. Okay. Don't, this is the access modifier. Please wait. I will discuss about access modifier. Just look at it. Okay. And this is the method name. Okay. Greet is the method name. And I am printing this good morning, good evening, good night. Okay. And then inside the class, we are writing the method again, one add method and passing the parameters. This is, these are called arguments. Okay. Argument. This is one argument. This is other argument. The entire braces is called the signature of the method. So this is the logic that I want to add this A value, B value, not giving any value here. Okay. So for a class is created, the value has not been given. So how these values will taken from the object creation class. Whenever the class is there, the object creation will be there, right? After the object creation, we can pass the values. So I want to see add result is the C should have the whatever the values being given by the class after the when the object is created. Okay. So A and B. So now the class program static void main. In the main method created the created the object. So this is the class name. Class name obj. You can write instead of obj A or just B like that, and creating the new instances. So creating the new instance, the new keyword has to be used, and the new keyword, and this is the my class name. Okay. That has been taken here. Okay. We are creating the object for that my class. And this object dot. So how we can call the class using an instances, right? That is nothing but object. Object dot greet means this will come. Okay. And then object dot add. Parameters are there. Like we have to pass the values. Right? Pass the values. I am giving 10, 5. Everyone able to see?
Yeah, what was the output?
Yeah.
So can you please simplify it? It's a little bit complex and
1 second. Output everyone can see.
yeah. So I have a small doubt. Instead of writing these many lines of code, why don't we simply give console.readline or console.writeline statements and get the same result?
Instead of writing which lines you're telling.
Object creation, access
And
modifier.
how you can understand how the object will created.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to ask what's the main purpose of creating an object? Although we have write line, read line, and all those.
We can, as you said, we can print it directly. Here,
Yeah.
what we are discussing is how the class created, how that class will be called, how the functionality will happen.
Yeah.
So just telling how that will take place, how that can be printed. Okay. Without, see, for example, the same thing you can create for another class also, if we have the logic for another class or creation also. If you have the logic and you don't want to give the variables at that point of time, writing the class, like you're not sure about the requirement at that time, then at the main method, whatever the end users has been want to see the requirement, they can give at the end of the point, right? So we can give at that point of the time. And also when you say, if you client will not say like I just written that for better understanding, because as requested to show one of the example how the object is created and how that is called from the main method, I haven't shown in Visual Studio, so I have shown that one. Generally we don't go with this console.writeLine print in class or the method. Like mostly these simple things will not be there. Obviously there will be some palindrome kind of logical programs will be there. So this class or the states and the variable behavior, you are asking why we create the class. In the OOPS concept, if we use the class only, then we have the four principle we have discussed. Like there will be abstract keyword next. So you don't write the complete class itself. You will just define with abstract class you will define with the keyword abstract, and you don't write the method completely functionality. You just declare some local variables that are used by that particular class. And at the main method, when we are running the application, you'll elaborate the functionality at that time. Means you are not decided as the programming language, you are reducing the lines in the programming language, and you are writing the requirement at the end of the main method. So it is reducing the programmer's time there. And during the console time also, you are directly creating an object, and there itself in a single line you are giving what the output you want to see. You are not indicating all the time the variables. And then if you want to change the variables for that particular class also, it is easier to change from the object creation and calling the class.
Yeah, okay. So yeah. So if we create an object, we don't need to use console.writeLine, readline, all these things, right?
What is the link between the console.writeLine and object? Where is the confusion for you? Console.writeLine is to print the statement. Object
Yeah.
is to represent the class.
Yeah. So
Both are
you,
entirely different, right?
yeah, I just want to clarify it whether here you gave object dot add 10 comma 5, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, so instead of
So
giving it, yeah,
instead of giving here, you tell why don't we give here, right?
why don't we give there, or why don't we give at the console point? I mean, if we write console dot read line, the user can he himself can give some values, right? So what's the difference?
Then we have to
Main,
remove this one. We are
yeah,
passing the argument inside this.
yeah,
So we have to remove this one then. So we can give them different values also.
yeah. I just want to ask you, what's the necessity of these things? That's it.
Yeah, it will reduce the. See, you can simply use this method
Yeah.
by creating one more object, one more instances for different class. Like that
Okay.
also we can declare in future. And also if you are not passing this argument types, then
Yeah.
here we don't give, it will come error.
Yeah. Okay. I know that. Yeah. So by
Okay.
creating these objects, we can store the data in the database, right? Without the objects, we
Database,
cannot.
there is no thing here. Database concept will not come at the object.
I
We
think
have
we
the data.
create
It's simply like whatever the logic we write in the class, the
Yeah.
compiler time or the reusability of that particular class,
Okay.
another class can also use that functionality. So that's why we create the class as
Yeah.
discussed, reusability, durability, and modularity.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Now,
Will be
yeah, that's the point I'm looking for. Reusability was my point. Yeah. Thank you.
okay.
I think I would like to add on another thing because class is like a blueprint for the object, and the object is the instance of the class. So we can always create the reference for that class with the respect of the object while
Yes.
we're using it.
As discussed yesterday, right? On the concept.
Yes.
So that is actually the definition exactly he told. But he was asking about the example, right? So I was discussing. 1 second, share screen. Where is the? It's better. I will show you. So you can see this add result 13, right? Now. Add result 15 and add result 13, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
How
So
did
how?
reusability is?
Why is 13?
Can you see what I have done in the main method?
Yeah. Okay.
Did the value fix? If you are giving the value as you told, why we use, we can write inside the method, we can write inside the class that only values, and we can print
Yeah. Yeah. Got it
from the
now.
main method. Okay.
Yeah. Thank
If you write the variable values there and print here, does the result come like this? 13 and 15, both results will not come, right? This is the reusability.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Don't
Okay.
worry. Today I'll share the program. Definitely so much confusion for. I'm happy you are asking. I don't like. I don't mind you are asking questions or anything. I will share definitely the programs so that
Yeah.
if you can see them 1 point, the small doubts or confusion will be cleared.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
See that
Okay.
is the reusability one that has been done, right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
that is an integer it came. If I give double, it will give error. Why it will give?
Because the data type is different.
The method inside the method, the data
Method
type is declared
is
inside the class
yeah.
is int only. So
Yeah.
if I give double, error will come, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It is very important that I should share you the exam sample program so that everyone can understand.
Yeah.
If
That's
any
the
other
reason
people have the things.
yeah.
I can take like for every topic some example and type, but my worry is like when it will complete the topics.
Yeah. And not for every topic, for some complex topics which we
Yeah,
are
yeah.
not understanding, we can discuss.
Confused a little bit.
Yeah.
You can ask, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay, Akhil. Now you understood what is
Yeah. Yeah.
reusability they are telling?
Yeah. We got it. The point we got it. Reusability will help us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll go with the topic constructor. Constructor is very important topic and very useful for the class, right? Everyone heard about constructor? Say yes or no, yeah.
No.
No.
Constructor,
No.
you did not listen? No
And
vendor asked you constructor?
No, till now, no one asked about the constructor.
I
What
know a
vendors
little
are
bit,
asking?
but I
Sri Krishna, Sai Krishna. Anyone attended the vendor call?
Yeah, they are not digging more into basics. We just tell them script and they ask some technical questions regarding Angular or
Angular, they are
differences
asking
between
for.
previous version and current version. And
Hmm.
yeah, we
The versioning table, did
as
you
of
go
now we
through?
don't get any smaller questions by deep digging. We are managing
Okay.
somehow with the chat GPT for now.
ChatGPT is helpful. So Angular and what are all been asking for you?
What are the differences between Angular 5 and JSP? What is about Angular ahead of time and these kind of questions they have been asking. Like, how did you use them? When did you use them? So I was using ChatGPT and managing for these kind of questions.
Okay, whatever we write in the resume, definitely first that questions will be asked.
Yeah.
Constructor is the instance of the class.
Hmm. It is not only the instances who answered. Okay, well tried. But it is not only the instance supports instances level of the class. It supports instance variable and static variable both. It is called as a class level variable. So when this special member, this constructor will be used, constructor, class name, and the methods are class name. See, I have given my class. Okay, the constructor name should also be my class. Okay, the class name and the constructor name should be same. Constructor will not have any return type because it cannot return any value. And using constructor, we initialize class level variables, that is instances variables and static variables. And that is further we divided two types. One is instances constructor, static constructor. Instance constructor will be invoked at the time of object creating. Static constructor is invoked at the time of class is loading. So why these constructor are used is if we mention in a bigger programs, we have so many classes that we have been using, and so many classes that we go ahead and use, and you want to differentiate the method what we are using and want to fix the particular class will use particular constructor, then it has to have their special member, means constructor will look like the same as the class name. So whenever you see inside a class the same class with the same class name, there is a method, then it is called constructor. One second. I will share notepad. Everyone able to see?
Yeah.
Yes.
So according to your profile resume, the vendors asking the questions correctly. That's what you people are saying.
Yes.
So any issues that you face during like answering on your profile? any issues that you are facing while talking about your resume experience? Let me
Yes,
know if
like
anyone
they have
needed
been
help,
asking like,
okay?
did you work from any project from the scratch, or what is your biggest achievement while being resolving a big issue? Yeah, these kind of questions are being
So
asked.
people interested for currently it is 7:05 my India time. So 7:30 will complete the class now. From 7:20, is it okay that we discuss this thing? And if anyone have doubt, or everyone are okay that we can, you personally call me and ask the suggestions, whatever the way you want.
Yeah, sure, definitely.
Which way?
Some people might feel it's going to be late, so we'll ask you personally whatever
Okay,
we
no
have been asked,
problem.
whatever
This
questions,
kind of things,
suggestions we gave.
if you want to talk, you can call me, okay, to answer on the resume, okay, confidently, how to manage and how to tell about your experience. You can call me.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Thanks for that.
Yeah, no worries. Please write this one, okay? Instance constructor or instance member, also called as what is the other word for instance? If anyone written yesterday notes, they can understand.
Object.
Another word. Written yesterday notes.
Yeah, we wrote, but I just remember it as object.
Okay, that is okay. Instances of class is nothing but object.
Yeah,
Okay, that is fine.
yeah.
If they say write a non-static constructor, what it mean?
Mm,
Instance constructor itself.
yeah.
Yesterday, if you see at the variable types I have written, the notes, instances or static variable, instance variable or static variable, or
Non-static,
non-static, sorry,
non-static.
non-static variable. Okay. So when we'll go for instance constructor, while defining a constructor, if we do not use a static keyword, it is called instance keyword. So instance keyword is used to initialize instance variable. So these will be invoked at the time of object creation. So what is the default constructor or a default method is nothing but parameterless constructor is a default constructor. It's not passing any arguments. So we have that we can go with. If you are not giving any, passing any values inside the constructor, the default constructor will initialize the same values to every object. So in order to overcome this, we used parameterized constructor.
చెప్పన్నా ఓకే
Niharika garu, you are on mute. I think, are you saying anything?
No. I'm thinking for example that shows how the constructor will be assigned. I'm thinking to give a small example and show.
Yeah, okay, okay.
In the meanwhile, you can write whatever written in the notepad, right? That's why I'm not talking. So we can have the variables inside that one, which we can print. And also this. Something simpler should be given.
Hello, are you still there?
Yeah, written.
Yeah, we are done.
Okay. We'll discuss an example with the constructor. Okay.
Yeah.
So we are planning to print now SID, student ID, student name, and student location. And we are planning to create, we can directly print in many ways without object creation or with object creation. We can print, but we are learning now about the constructor. So what if we use a constructor and we want to print? How we will print? That is the example we want to understand. We want to see now. So write down this one. Write a console program to print student ID, student name, and student location. By creating a constructor. I'm showing now parameterized constructor. By default, it is parameterless constructor. Upon the requirement, if we have differently want to pass the values, then we will go for parameterized, right? So using parameterized, I'm showing the example. So here the class name is student, and you have given ulong SID, string S name, string S location, and the internal access modifier student and student. You can see the class name is student there, and here also in the method name is student. So this is called the constructor. So whenever the method name at the 7th line, everyone see here, whenever the method name and class name both are same, then this is called constructor. Okay. So I am passing the parameters here with different notations, arguments of these instances. Like like it is not a static one. So it is an instance that we are creating. So we are declaring that local variables, that whatever has been used in the class equals to stid. So whenever I want to create an like object for this and passing the value, it should be taking this value and this value as the same. So we notate in this way. And then what has to be displayed and how it is used. Now these parameters are nothing but these parameters that we are using. Here why we can use this one only, you can ask. But we are using this as the it is parameterized, and also it is an instances. The instances variable, these should be these are not instances variables. This is an instances method, should have instances variable. Different should be there on assigning the variable's name. That's why we declare in this way. And printing here, you can see SID we have used. Now, whatever the arguments that we will pass at the main method here, inside these braces, this value will be gone and memory will be allocated at the class level. Well, the class is loading after the instances creation. So at the class level, the memory will be located into this SID, SNAME, SLocation. First, it will be here when the object is created, the values passed by the parameter. When the class loads, the values will obtain to this variables. And this and this are not in error because you are using the same ulong string string, ulong string string. If the data types are different, then definitely error will come. So you want to display these values. So using the another method, internal void display, because this is not giving any return type value, any logic inside this. So we represented with void keyword. So displaying this in the main method, if you can see. Student class, object creation, student1 for object, obj student1 or student1. Okay, new student, want to pass 1, 2, 3, Rama, Hyderabad. Now the allocation of the memory is in stid, stname and stlocation only when the object is created. Now the object is calling display method, means it is calling the class. So that whatever the data has been passed will be passed to the class level variables. So which is nothing but SID, SNAME, SLocation. So it is called to the class now. The method is called to the class. So that's why we have written this way so that the class will understand, oh, okay, already this assignment has been done. These both are equal and want to share the memories, share the values. So it will display this one only. Again, student 2, same reusability we want to use, the same pattern we want to see the output. So we have created one more instances and want to assign the values for that. I will see this command prompt. You have to see this output. Okay, seen the output.
Yeah.
Anyone want to write it in the notes faster or take the picture?
Yeah, we already took a screenshot.
Okay, that is also fine. But I don't want you people to take the screenshot on writing notepad, whatever I write. That
Yeah,
will be
no.
confused. If you see the program, this you can understand. Okay, at least this you can understand. Now you are having this means logic, at least something will go into your brain, right? Concepts, if you take a photo, it will be confused.
Yeah.
The class name and method name are same. Oh, okay. This is the example of a constructor. Parameterized is given. This is not the default method. So it is not default constructor. It is an instances parameterized constructor. And how this will be passed now? How this will be given like this at the main method and allocated. You can see and you can understand, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So write it down. That you want to write one example. Write for the homework or whatever you think. Define a student class. Writing.
Yeah, we are right.
Okay. Define a student class with creating a constructor. And you like what at the end of the result should be seen, right? One should print the SID, SNAME and total marks. So for that you have to write some
Yeah,
method, logic.
SID, name and total marks, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Display those result. Okay. And display those results. I'm telling total marks, but I did not tell like M1, M2, M3 or whatever you take marks and how that method you will assign. And that you think, okay?
Yeah. So there
Total
should
marks
be at
I'm
least
asking. So you have to pass
least 3 subjects.
parameters.
Yeah.
Yeah, parameters, and you have to add that values, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone, anything want to say?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. So today, what I have to send is like interview questions on till what I have spoken about the OOPS concept and some programs for the example for you people to understand about the notations and indicate how that is to initialize that one. Anyone who have like already started with the vendor calls, you people are saying, right? So anyone like hesitating or any problem facing to talk to the vendor, to tell about your experience, resume experience, to tell about tell about yourself on the work experience and how to manage. Some frequently questions will be asked even if you take for 4 or 5 vendor calls, you will know what issue where you are facing to answer to the vendor confidently. You will come to know, right? As some of our meeting friend has told, they are asking about the latest version. Why not this? Why not that? So repeatedly, if someone asks that type of questions, everyone have phones. So take that in notes. Write it. Open a note in your phone and write it down. Whatever you are facing an issue in answering, and you can Google it, and you can gain the knowledge, and you can ask me like how to answer practically, not theoretically. If you talk whatever the Google or Chat GPT says, they will definitely know. Okay, he is just mugging up and saying. So at least one real time example you have to explain to make them believe that you used it in your last project, right?
Yeah.
So any kind of that suggestions, you can ping me. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely. And
Okay. Thank you.
yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.